Hey Angel, how are you, buddy? This is Ivan. I was talking to your dad in church the other day, and he asked me what I thought about the Seattle market, that you may be interested in investing in a home out there. And so I did a little research, and I just wanted to share with you what I found out. So we don't know. Nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring. But according to the experts and the economists, basically what we're hearing is that the areas that have gone up the most are the areas that are perhaps going to have the greater corrections. So Seattle, San Francisco, San Jose, Los Angeles, San Diego, everything along the West Coast went up quite a bit. And so we may see a little bit of a correction. But what I'd like to help you understand is that if you're looking to speculate on the market and buy a house and turn around in a short period of time, 1, 2, 3 years, and make a profit, that's probably not the way to go. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're buying a home for the long term, if you're making a long-term investment, then I think it does make a lot of difference. Interest rates are perhaps more important than property values. And so interest rates have gone up quite a bit. We were at about 3% at the beginning of the year. We're now a little bit over 6%. So that's a huge difference. On a $400,000 home, you're looking at close to $700 more on the monthly payment. And so I think that's the more critical thing. Now, what's going to happen with interest rates? We don't know. But we do think that in time, they're likely to come back down, and maybe it would create an opportunity to refinance. But I wouldn't go into one of these things thinking that I'm going to be able to refinance in the short term and that I'm going to be able to lower my payment. You have to make sure that it's within your budget and that you can afford it. And then if things do improve and there's an opportunity to save some money, then wonderful. But if not, you're not in the pickle. So what I want to point out to you is our experience. Maria's and I first experience in our first home. It was 1985. Okay, so we bought our home here in '85, and then we saw an increase in value. And in 1991, we saw a correction where values came down. And then quickly they went back up again. And in '07, '08, we had a huge depreciation in values. And then again, over the last 12 years or so, we've seen a big increase in values again. So 2022, this is where we are now, but we don't know where we're headed. So this house cost $93,000 in 1985. And we went through these markets where we had these big corrections, huge one right here, right? '07, '08. But then you can see that the trajectory is upward. Long term, the trajectory is upward. So what's going to happen with values today, we don't know. But in some cases, we're expecting a 5% correction to maybe, at the very most in some of the higher markets, maybe a 20% correction. But let me ask you a question. So you think this problem through on your own. $93,000, 10%, $9,000, right? 20%, 18 grand. So this house that cost $93,000 then, in 2022 is costing better than $600,000. Doesn't make any difference if I would have paid $9,000 less or $18,000 less. At $600,000, I would venture to say it makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. Okay? The question is, can you afford the payment now? And is it a long-term investment? Because we're talking about your retirement, we're talking about your kids' college education. That's what we're looking for in investing in real estate. It's a long-term deal. If you're speculating on being able to make money short-term, this is probably not the right time. If you're looking at something long-term, it's always the right time. That's my opinion. So I hope that helps you understand. I wish I could tell you what's going on exactly, but I don't know. Nobody knows. But this is probably a pretty realistic and conservative estimate of what we can anticipate. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with this. If you think, my goodness, the guy sure is looking pretty on that house with $600,000 worth of equity, I'm going to have to share with you, sadly, we don't have that home. So in the 1991 recession, we lost that house. We lost that home to a foreclosure. And that was really painful. So here's the key. Can I afford it? Even when things get tough, can I afford it? If that's the answer, then I would say go for it, because you can only make money in the long term. If not, then wait for something else to come along. God bless you, buddy. Thank you for your service. We're sincerely grateful for all you men and women. that stand on that wall to keep us safe and protected. We love you. God bless all of you.